Hello students, today we'll see the second part in Unit 2 History. So we want to continue with the heading of Battle of Arcot, that is 1751. In the meantime, Dupleix sent forces to besiege the fort of Trichy where Muhammad Ali had taken shelter. Sanda Sahib also joined with the French in their efforts to besiege Trichy. Robert Clive's proposal was accepted by the British governor Saunders, and with only 200 English and 300 Indian soldiers, Clive was entrusted the task of capturing Arcot. His attack proved successful. So when Anwaruddin Khan died, his son Muhammad Ali went to Trichy, right? So now Dupleix sent his forces to Trichy to capture the fort of Trichy. So at the same time, Sanda Sahib also joined with the French to capture Trichy. So Robert Clive got permission from the British governor, whose name is Saunders, with only 200 English and 300 Indian soldiers to capture Arcot. Robert Clive defeated the French at Arni and Kaveri Park with the assistance of Major General Stringer Lawrence. Sanda Sahib was killed in Trichy. Muhammad Ali was made the Nawab of Arcot under British protection. The French government recalled Dupleix to Paris. So Robert Clive defeated the French people with the help of Major General Stringer Lawrence. At the same time, Sanda Sahib was killed in Trichy, and also Muhammad Ali was made the Nawab of Arcot with the British protection. And then the French government recalled the Dupleix to Paris. Treaty of Pondicherry 1755. Dupleix was succeeded by Godieu, who agreed the Treaty of Pondicherry. According to it, both the powers agreed not to interfere in the internal affairs of the native states. They were to retain their old positions. New forts should not be built by either power. The treaty made the British stronger. So after Dupleix, Godieu came and he agreed the Treaty of Pondicherry. So according to the Treaty of Pondicherry, both the powers were agreed that they will not interfere on the internal affairs of the native states, and they are forced to retain the places which they have captured in war. New forts should not be built by both the power. The treaty made the British very stronger. The Second Carnatic War also proved inconclusive. The English proved their superiority on land by appointing Muhammad Ali as the Nawab of Carnatic. The French were still very powerful in Hyderabad. However, the predominant position of the French in the Deccan Peninsula was definitely undermined in this war. So the Second Carnatic War is inconclusive. Inconclusive means there is no conclusion because the English has proved their superiority because they have appointed Muhammad Ali as the Nawab of Carnatic, right? Then the French were very powerful in Hyderabad, but however, this proved that they have less stronger in the places of Deccan Peninsula. Third Carnatic War 1756 to 1763. The outbreak of the 7 Years' War in Europe led to the Third Carnatic War in India. By this time, Robert Clive established the British power in Bengal by the Battle of Plassey, which proved them with the necessary finance for the Third Carnatic War. So the 7 Years' War in Europe that led to the Third Carnatic War in India. So Robert Clive has established the British power in Bengal. No, so Siraj-ud-Dawla is defeated by Robert Clive so that by the Battle of Plassey, so that he can provide the finance which is required for the Third Carnatic War. Count de Lally was deputed from France to conduct the war from the French side. He easily captured Fort St. David. He ordered Bussy to come down to the Carnatic with his army to make a united effort to push the British out of the Carnatic. Taking advantage of Bussy's departure, Robert Clive sent Colonel Ford from Bengal to occupy the northern Sircars. So Count de Lally came from France to conduct the war from French side. He captured Fort St. David easily, and also he called Bussy to come down to the Carnatic with his army to make a united effort. So when Bussey's departure, Robert Clive sent his colonial force from Bengal to occupy the northern Circus. Battle of Vandivash, that is 1760. The decisive battle of the Third Carnatic War was fought on January 22, 1760. The English army under General Eyrecourt totally routed the French army under Lally. Within a year, the French had lost all their possessions in India. Lally returned to France, where he was imprisoned and executed. So the Third Carnatic War was fought on 22 January 1760. So the French army is defeated by the English army. So the head of English army is General Eyrecourt and French army is Count Lally. So within a year, French had lost all their places in India. Then Count Lally returned to France, where he was imprisoned and executed. Treaty of Paris 1763. The 7 Years' War was concluded by the Treaty of Paris. The French settlements including Pondicherry were given back to the French, but they were forbidden from fortifying those places. They were not allowed to gather armies. The French dominance in India practically came to an end. So the 7 Years' War came to an end with the Treaty of Paris. The French settlements including Pondicherry were given back to them. But they were forbidden from fortifying those places. Forbidden means stopped, but they were stopped from fortifying those places. Fortifying means making those places very stronger. So they are stopped from that. They are not allowed to increase their armies. Totally, the French dominance in India is practically came to an end within this Treaty of Paris. Next, we are going to see about the Anglo-Mysore War, that is 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So, first Anglo-Mysore War is 1767 to 69, 80 to 84, 90 to 92 and 1799. Mysore and its resistance to British expansion. The state of Mysore rose to prominence in the politics of South India under the leadership of Hyder Ali. He and his son Tipu Sultan played a prominent role against the expansion of British Empire in India. Both of them faced the English with undoubted courage. In 1761, he became the de facto ruler of Mysore. He also proved to be the most formidable enemy of the English in India. So Mysore is under the leadership of Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. Both of them played a prominent role against the expansion of British Empire in India. So both of them faced the English people with undoubted courage. So courage na avlo dhairiyama English people face பண்றாங்க. In 1761 he became the de facto ruler of Mysore and also he proved to be the most formidable enemy of English in India. Formidable means வலிமையான எதிரி. The first Anglo-Mysore War 1767 to 69 causes. Hyder Ali's growing power and his friendly relation with the French became a matter of concern for the English East India Company. The Marathas, the Nizam and the English entered into a triple alliance against Hyder Ali. Cause. The Nizam, with the help of British troops under General Joseph Smith, invaded Mysore in 1767. Hyder Ali defeated English and captured Mangalore. In March 1769, he attacked Madras and forced the English to sign a treaty on 4 April 1769. So now we are going to learn about the reasons of First Anglo-Mysore War. So the first reason is Hyder Ali's growing power and his friendly move to the relations with the French. So that is the matter for English to start the war. So the Marathas, the Nizam and the English, they formed a triple alliance. மூணு பேர் சேர்ந்து ஒரு கூட்டணி மாதிரி வச்சிருக்காங்க. They formed a triple alliance against Hyder Ali. Cause. The Nizam, with the help of British troops under General Joseph Smith, invaded Mysore. So the Nizam and the English people, that is General Joseph Smith, invaded Mysore. So at the same time, Hyder Ali defeated English and he captured Mangalore. So in 1769, Hyder Ali attacked Madras and forced the English people to sign a treaty on 4 April 1769. Treaty of Madras. At the end of the war, the Treaty of Madras was signed between Hyder Ali and British. Both the parties returned the conquered territories and promised to help each other in case of any foreign attack on them. So the Treaty of Madras happened between the English East India Company and Hyder Ali. So what is the treaty is, they want to return the territories which they have conquered in the war, and also they have promised each other if there any foreign attack on them, they would help each other. They have to help each other. This is the Treaty of Madras.